So these are 3 common ways which guys disrespect their girlfriend or their wife, and sadly these are 3 things which many girls let their man get away with. So number 1 has got to be when he still talks to his exes.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this beautiful channel. So in today's video, we are talking about how men disrespect women in relationship. This is not about bashing anyone, but instead it's about shedding light on behaviors that need to be addressed for healthier and more balanced relationship. So I'll put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my truths and what I think about today's video.
So these are 3 common ways which guys disrespect their girlfriend or their wife, and sadly these are 3 things which many girls let their man get away with. So number 1 has got to be when he still talks to his exes, or when he speaks to special friends that you don't know. Basically, a guy should only ever be talking to his exes if it was a long time ago and that they're proven that they're friends and there's nothing still alive between the 2 of them. That relationship should have ended a minimum of 2 years ago. You should know that girl. You should know that she has no interest in your man. And if you don't know all this, then you're simply taking the piss. And this point goes for other friends who are females. If you don't know them, or if you don't feel secure and comfortable that they don't want your man, then he quite simply should respect that and not be talking to them. You're the priority, and if he makes excuses like, what, why are you getting jealous? She's a friend, don't feel threatened, then quite simply he's being toxic, your priority, and he should know that. Number 2 has got to be not posting you on his social media. So if he's got social media, even if he barely uses it, it's not a choice. He needs to represent his partner. All men and women know that social media is a wild place. It's highly sexual charged. And if you're not representing your partner on your Instagram page, for example, then other people are quite simply going to think that you're still single. Not only is this disrespectful for mutual friends who are probably sitting at home giggling, thinking, old Adam over there never posts Jane on his Instagram. He's mugging her off. I reckon he's cheating. Not only are people going to laugh at you and be talking behind your back like that, it's also going to allow him to keep acting like he's single. So he may claim that he doesn't want to show off his relationship in public, that he's very private, he doesn't post. It's all BS. Basically, what he wants to do is keep remaining single on social media so he can speak to other women. And number 3 has to be going out on nights out with his lads and disappearing completely. So when guys do this, it's always a bit shady. The first priority should be his partner's welfare and her mental welfare. She needs to know he's home okay. She wants to get messages throughout the night, quite simply because when guys go out drinking, they're drunk, they're in bars, there are women around, and if he really respects you and values you as his partner and values his relationship, his first thoughts, no matter how addled by booze they may be, should be about you and making sure that you're happy and confident in his actions. But of course, he doesn't care about you and your welfare. He doesn't care if you're worrying, because he wants to have his cake and eat it. He likes having you at home, whilst he also likes going out, completely ignoring you, probably speaking to loads of other women while he's doing it. The fact that he does this on a regular basis, he goes out, gets drunk, and you hear the same old excuses the next day, just shows that he doesn't respect you. He sees you as someone who's never going to leave him, and he knows he can disrespect you and take the piss, because at the end of the day, you're not going to get rid of him. He thinks he's going to have as many chances as he wants because he's more important than you. You probably love him more than he loves you. He's the prize, and thus he can do whatever he wants. And finally, let's be real as well. He's always going to come up with excuses like he got drunk and slept on a mate's couch if he disappears for the whole night. But any guy who acts in this shady manner is acting shady for a reason. It's very easy to pick up your phone and send a text or make a quick call. It's either because he doesn't care and doesn't respect you, or because he literally is out there cheating or attempting to cheat. Either should be a red flag.
A man will never respect a woman who allows his disrespect. You do not get to move into that wife category, and there is a psychological reason for this. So often I see women wanting to move into this Mother Teresa mode. So many of my clients are greatly empathetic, they're compassionate, they're caring people. Instead of walking away from disrespect, they try to understand the disrespect. And of course, it's going to have roots in trauma. Some of my clients will feel very guilty, like I can't leave because this person that I'm seeing, they've been abandoned before. I want to show them that people can be different. But psychologically, what happens when we're disrespecting someone is on some level, we feel bad because we know it's the wrong thing to do. And that is when cognitive dissonance will kick in. See, our brain don't like it when two things are different. If I am disrespecting someone, then I might have to come to a realization that I'm not a very good person. And my brain is not going to let me do that. So, what does the man's brain do when he is disrespecting you? He has to then come up for a reason for why. The brain then says, oh, well, then this thing must be of lesser value, and so it deserves to be treated less. Because why would something let me treat it so terribly? Why would something let me lie to it, cheat on it? It must have lower inherent value. Either that or I'm a piece of shit. Most people don't want to admit or look at themselves, look in the mirror, then see that they're a piece of shit. So this whole time you think he's going to see you in a better light because you're kind, you're compassionate, you're caring. Meanwhile, his brain will continue to devalue you until he eventually leaves or you get brave enough to raise your standards about what you deserve and have your actions match those.
Something I feel like is wildly disrespectful to do as a man is to be in a relationship with your woman and lust over other women. And for me personally, this includes but is not limited to liking pictures of other women on social media and or following tons of women on social media. Checking other women out in public as they walk by, and some men consider that to be quote unquote window shopping. And I do feel like these actions cause insecurities within a relationship, but I don't feel like the woman in a relationship is upset because she's insecure. I feel like she's upset because she feels like it's disrespectful. And that lust aspect comes in when you as a man give your time, your energy, and your attention to other women outside of your relationship. And through those actions, it shows your woman how you really value her in the relationship as a whole. If it's that easy for another woman to catch your eye, then what's going to stop you from actually pursuing that woman if or when you're ready to? And I know there's men out there who might feel like, well, these actions are harmless. Once again, I'm not pursuing, I'm just looking, I'm just window shopping. But when you're in a committed relationship, it's about respecting each other and choosing each other over the distractions. But when you as a man constantly choose other women outside of your relationship to give your time and attention to, inevitably that eats away at the trust and that causes your woman to feel insecure in your relationship with her. Because at the end of the day, it's the continuous choices that you decide to make as the man in a relationship that's either going to bring you two closer or push you two apart. You're either going to continue to disrespect her through lust, or you're going to...
That's a video, guys. So I'm just here to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Sometimes disrespect in a relationship starts small, so subtitle that you might not even notice it. It's in those offhand comments about your appearance, your intelligence, or your goals. A man might say, oh, you wouldn't understand, when you're trying to contribute to any conversation or dismiss your ideas with a laugh. These small jabs are more than just words, they chip away at your confidence over time. And here is the thing, it often gets dismissed as a joking or teasing, but if you're feeling hate or belittled, it's not a joke. It's a way to minimize your voice. That's form of disrespect. Another way to disrespect shows up in through emotional neglect. This happens when you're feeling dismissed or invited. You might hear things like you're being emotional or why are you making a big deal out of this? Instead of addressing your concerns, the conversation is turned into how you are the problem for having those feelings. Over time, this creates a disconnect. It makes you feel like emotions are not valid or important enough to be heard. Respect means listening even when you don't agree. It's about holding space for your partner emotions, not shutting them down. Let's talk about control. It might not always look like someone backing orders. It can be a subtitle as one partner consistently making all decisions. What you eat, where you go, who you spend time with. Everything revolves around what you want. And when you try to assert yourself, suddenly you are labeled as difficult or dramatic. The type of control is not just disrespectful, it's a way of stripping you of your autonomy. A healthy relationship involves shared decision making. Your voice matters, and you shouldn't feel that you're on the edge here to keep the peace. Now, let's talk about how some men disrespect their partners in public. This could be anything from interrupting you when you're speaking to making jokes at your expense in front of your friends or family. It's subtitled, but it's embarrassing and it undermines you in front of others. Some men think it's okay to bring private matters or issues into public settings, using it as a way to assert dominance or win an argument. This is not okay. Respect doesn't stop you in public. In fact, how someone treats you in front of others speaks volume about their character. Another way another way disrespect shows up is through a lack of support. You're chasing your dreams, building your career, or working on your personal growth, and instead of cheering you on, he's dismissing or indifferent. Maybe even downplays your achievement or makes you feel like your goals are unrealistic. Love and respect mean wanting to see your partner thrive, not holding them back. If someone can celebrate your wins with you, that's not love, that's insecurity and selfishness. Disrespect also crosses into physical boundaries. It may look like ignoring you or not dismissing your discomfort with certain behaviors. Consent is not just about being obvious things, it's about respecting your boundaries in every aspect of the relationship, whether it's how you want to be touched, how much your space you need, or what you are comfortable with. Any form of physical disregard is major red flag. Your body, your rules always. Disrespect in relationship doesn't always show up as loud, obvious ways that your boundaries are crossed. Your voice is silenced and your wife is questioned. In all of this conversation are focused on men disrespecting women, it's important to acknowledge disrespect goes both ways, not one-sided to fulfill unseen or unheard in relationship. If you're noticing these behaviors in your relationship, don't ignore them. Speak up, set boundaries, and remember you deserve a partner who respects and values you for who you are. Okay, so like these things happens, like there's a certain scenario which happens or to most of the ladies. Okay, you go out and you're with someone and you're just okay, like everything is just going well, then you just make a little bit mistake, or maybe it's not even you, they start yelling at you in front of people, or maybe at a restaurant or something. That's number one, disrespect. Okay, or maybe they want to belittle you or in front of your family members, or maybe they just they just comment on your weight, how you look bad. They just want to make your self-esteem down. So when someone is doing that, they naturally like hurt you, because there's a certain way, there's a way you should talk to me in a very good way, but you shouldn't make jokes on how I look or something. Why are you trying to make me like I should lose confidence in myself? So that shows that this person doesn't have any good intentions upon you. Okay, so you have to be very very careful in some certain things. Some people are not good. That's the truth. Okay, so may don't like disrespect you. Disrespect me in public, then forget about it. Okay, so she learn to respect each other. I don't like this disrespecting people. So I hate people just disrespect me or want to embarrass me in front of everybody. Yeah, so that's the way it is. Another thing that can happen is maybe they treat you bad physically, they even beat you up. They tell you you're nothing, there is nothing you can do, what you're doing is nothing. They're not even in support of what you're doing, like they see nothing you're doing. Even if you're pushing for yourself, they always see as if you're doing nothing. Okay, so that's a lot about disrespect. People disrespect you in different ways. Okay, so you don't have to be comfortable with the disrespect. You deserve someone who doesn't disrespect you, someone who knows your value, okay? Someone who will respect you every time. Even if you have a disagreement, you'll be able to come down and sit and talk about things. What lead to that? It's very important to do that. So yeah, that's the video for today. I just want to say thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.